Health Rehabilitation Center and JustShip.net. Galen, good morning to you. And are you fogged in?
No, it's lifted. It's not bad here at all.
Yeah,
that
you can't see the runway here.
Area.
Yeah.
Yeah, that kind of hangs in that area. Yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty bad. And driving in, it was pretty bad driving in too. So just if you're out and about, especially in your rural areas where the you don't have much traffic driving around, and you got a bunch of dew-covered wet farm fields. It's probably worse out on those roads too. So just be a little careful. Be a little careful. So how's it going, pal? Good morning for you so far.
Well, last night was rough. Well, it's my Red Sox won, but the Rangers lost, and the Mavs got destroyed. And I'm tired because I stayed up watching that Rangers Hurricanes NHL game going to overtime. And dragging a little bit, Tom. I'm not going to lie.
Dragging a little bit.
It's hard to go to bed after an overtime game, win or lose. Right?
Well,
in the playoffs.
Because your adrenaline's going. Because at any one moment that game could end, and then when it's the Rangers, and when it ends and they snatch your heart right out of your chest because they're the Rangers, then you got to deal with that too.
Yeah, and I'm a Rangers fan purely because my father was. My father, we used to always joke that if my dad had to choose between the family and the Rangers would win every single time. So, yeah.
Yeah.
I saw him cry twice. Once when his dog died, and the second time was when the Rangers won the
94
Stanley Cup playoffs in '94, and he was up at Madison Square Garden at the game and crying on a payphone.
Oh.
and we were at home, and we had him on speaker. And he was just crying because he didn't know what to do. It was pretty funny.
Well, a lot of Ranger fans that night didn't know what to do.
Oh, absolutely,
there's only two.
They may not ever win it again.
I can only think of two fan bases that would have been like that, and one of them wouldn't be like that anymore because they've won quite a few in the last 20 years.
Sure.
But that was the Red Sox until 2004. But the Ranger fan, and it's something about the city of New York, I think. Because Ranger fans cried in '94, and believe me, Knicks fans may commit mass suicide if the Knicks ever won again. They'd be like, well, my life's over. My life's over. The Knicks have finally won.
and you know what's crazy is the Knicks at one point were just an incredibly well-run organization.
And now they're a dumpster fire.
Now they're not. Now they're just, it's one mistake after another. And again,
the biggest one was Jim Dolan buying the place.
Well, that was just at the time, I think there were some people like, oh, this guy, he's gonna spend money. Okay.
Yeah.
Wasn't his.
Yeah. No, of course it wasn't his.
Wasn't his money. And it's been a joke ever since. And I think a little bit of it has to do with the garden itself. It's kind of lost its mystique.
Yeah, it's no longer
I
remember when I was growing up as a kid, the Garden was the mecca of basketball.
Oh, well, yeah, not just basketball,
but
everything.
Professional boxing, everything.
Everything.
Look, the WWE, the professional wrestling thing, the WWE, is as popular today as it is because of its affiliation with Madison Square Garden in the 70s and the 80s. I firmly believe that.
I don't think that's wrong. How about this, Tom? So my wife, she's a huge Duran Duran fan because of her age, our age. And they're playing on August 25th. Her birthday's August 7th at Madison Square Garden.
Oh, you got to get her tickets to that.
Tickets are only $90. They're available. But
No. You get her.
This was announced.
You get her 2 tickets and say, "Babe, take one of your favorite girlfriends with you. You don't have to go to this concert. You don't have to go to this concert."
I kind of like Duran Duran. I mean,
what'd you just say?
Like Duran Duran. I love Duran Duran. Who am I kidding?
Oh my God.
You don't like Duran Duran?
I have no idea who they even are. 7 and the Ragged Tiger.
Stop it. Stop it.
The 7 and the Ragged Tiger may have been one of the best albums ever made in the 80s. Hungry Like a Wolf may have been one of the best videos
No,
ever made. Rio may be one of the best videos ever made.
The problem is it came out the exact same year as Off the Wall, if I remember right. Or is it? Beat It came out early '82.
Yeah.
No, it's not. It's a great album.
By the way,
1984.
I saw
there's some great
I saw
albums
Seven
in
in
the
the Ragged Tiger tour at Six Flags
Really?
over Georgia Amphitheater
kidding.
in 1985.
Oh wow! See, my wife's never.
Or
seen
1986,
Duran Duran.
excuse me, 1986. Six Flags over Georgia Amphitheater. Guess who opened for him? Here's who the great band that opened for him.
Oh, this would be good.
John Brown and the Beaver Down
No
Band or
kidding.
something. The guys that did the guys that they did
They
the
were
music for
one-hit
Eddie and the Cruisers, and it was lip synced,
Yeah.
you know. Yeah, they were the opening act, and we got to meet those guys because I was working at Six Flags at the time, and the band, one of the bands that were playing on like one of the little side stages up in the park that would do the shows, like the British Invasion used to do at Epcot. They would do every 20 minutes. They'd do a 20-minute set, and then they'd go away for 20 minutes, come back. Those were all buddies of mine. I knew them all real well. And Ken, who was the drummer of this little group called Rare Breed, he busted his snare head, and he went because the John Brown band was setting up, and he went and said, "Hey, you got an extra snare head?" And they gave him a snare head, and we got to meet the guy. We didn't get to meet Duran Duran, but we got to meet the Eddie and the Cruiser fakers. They weren't fake; they actually did the music. The Eddie and the Cruiser actors were lip syncing the whole movie. But yeah, so then we got free tickets from those guys to come see the concert and everything. So I got to see Duran Duran. Oh, by the way, one of the greatest trivia questions ever. Where did Duran Duran get their name from?
I have no idea.
Remember, Hanoi Jane in the movie Barbarella. She was in search. Jane Fonda in Barbarella. She was in search of a man named Duran Duran, and that's where they got their name from. That's where they got their name from. Duran Duran was from Barbarella. That's who Jane Fonda was looking for in Barbarella when she was wearing the clear bikini so you could see her with no clothes on. Yeah, that was Hanoi Jane, right before she jumped on the anti-aircraft weapon in North Vietnam. Yeah, that's her.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. Well, anyway, I would take her to this trip, but the day before I had booked the cruise. So
same time.
Well, no, 2 months apart, but financially it's not the same cost. Right? I
Look,
mean, you know.
You're a big baller, shock collar. You're a big baller, shock collar.
Man,
20-inch blades on the Impala. You need to do both.
I got 2 kids in college. Holy crap! You should have seen the check I had to write yesterday.
Well, how about this?
Hands shook a little bit.
How about this? How about get a job, kids? Pay for half your tuition yourself. How about that?
Well, yeah. I mean, they got without bright futures. I don't. Yeah. You know, they give you that estimate of what college costs,
and they lie.
and you're like, oh, okay. Let me see. No, it's absolutely accurate.
No.
Like, all right. Well, if I cut corners,
But that doesn't take into account apartment rent and light bills.
Oh, it does actually.
Oh,
it
does it? Really?
So it's in-state tuition estimated at FSU is $27,000 a year. Right now, Bright Futures and the scholarships they have cover about $18,000 of that, and then the rest is just out of pocket.
Well,
it doesn't cover.
Those kids can't find a job that makes Those kids can't find a job that makes $9,000 a year.
They do, but that covers like their clothes or their gas or stuff like that.
You are the reason society's going to hell in a handbasket. Giving your kids everything.
Here's the trade-off.
Giving your kids everything.
Here's the trade-off. If and I said this from the early age, if you go to college, you will go into a degree in science. You will get a degree in science or something practical. I will not pay for a Bachelor of Arts, even though I have one. And so they're both going to come out as scientists.
What if they were
engineers?
What if they were great theatrical actors and could have made a lot of money in Hollywood after they got their degree in filmmaking or something?
That would have been up to them, and they would have had to figure that out.
So you're one of those parents. You're one of those parents that dictate what job your kids are going to get after they graduate college. That's what you're saying.
Yeah, that's correct. Yeah, that's right.
And you're arranging their marriages, and you basically are Saudi Arabian, is what you're saying.
That's right. By the way, you could make an argument that arranged marriages are far more effective than if you randomly pick up some chicken or dude in a bar.
First off, in my experience, and I have a lot of it, both.
An arranged marriage.
No.
You've done a lot of arranged
Marriages. Bar marriages never seem to last. They got about a 5-6 year shelf life. Because one of you eventually is going to sober up and realize the other one is still a drunk teenager that likes to go party too much, and you're not going to stay together.
Well,
and by the way, my first marriage was when my wife figured out that I was still a drunk teenager and wasn't going to grow up. So, you know.
Yeah, but I honestly think you could make a case that because you're culturally have some similarities, and there's a lot religiously you have some similarities.
And the woman, in arranged marriages, women must bow down to men. Oh yeah, I see exactly what you're saying. Sure.
That's not
and
true.
they can't have a loan unless their husband co-signs on it, and they're not allowed to have a car in their name. And I see what you're saying.
I can't. I don't
1970s, what you're saying. That's what you're saying.
I don't. Well, more like the 10. But I don't think I could have a loan in my own name anymore.
Well,
I've been married so damn long.
That's a very good point. Well, and your credit rating too. Let's be honest.
Well, okay. Not bad.
It's not good. It's not good either, though. It's not good either. Anybody, by the way, credit is so fickle that unless you have a credit rating of about 1,020, there's a chance you could get turned down from somebody.
Yeah, I guess that's true.
I personally know of somebody who was trying to buy a house well within their means with over an 800 beacon score, and they got turned down for a mortgage because they had opened a shopping card like within the last year. They had opened a Best Buy card. No, within the last year they had opened a Best Buy card.
Oh, really?
And it put their credit to income ratio at like 1 percentage point more than was acceptable for the mortgage.
Wow, that's great.
Because credit's and by the way, you talk about we don't know how things work. The one thing that nobody knows how it works is credit.
Well, it's hard. You know, it's nearly impossible to figure out is what like your interest payment will be per month.
Well,
now though, some credit cards will tell you. Like doing the math on it?
Yeah. It's
like,
mathematicians have no clue. We got to take a break. We'll be right back.
Get a formula somewhere.
Yeah, we'll be right back with more from Galen Udall for Life South on 1370 AM, 96.3 FM, WOCA, The Source.
Are you or your loved one being released from a hospital and wondering how you'll manage? Inform your physician that you want to go to Palm Garden of Ocala at 2700 Southwest 34th Street for your rehabilitation. Palm Garden provides pain management, post-discharge follow-up, diabetic care, psychosocial support, and so much more. Plus, they even offer outpatient rehab. This award-winning care facility has a team of licensed professionals dedicated to enhancing your independence. Call 352-854-6262 today.
Are you wasting time boxing up packages and going to the post office or the UPS store? Are you tired of not knowing what you'll pay when you get there? Just Ship offers pickup service and flat rate packaging and postage rates, which takes the guesswork out of shipping while saving you time and money. So quit wasting valuable time and money. Call or text Just Ship at 352-234-3840. That's 352-234-3840. Just Shipped.
Hi, this is JP from Penn Flooring here in Ocala. I would like to invite you to come in and visit our spacious showroom where we have solutions for every style and budget. From wall-to-wall carpet to hardwood floors and tiles, we have an unsurpassed selection of flooring. At Penn Flooring, we've provided quality customer service with a family touch for over 25 years. Visit our website at pennflooring.com or come by our showroom, 1201 Southwest 17th Street, just over the bridge. Penn Flooring, quality customer service with a family touch.
Bumpin' Brave and Bold, the Orlando International Fringe Theater Festival is back May 17th through the 30th with over 200 shows. This unique cultural experience is held at Lock Haven Park. 2022 brings new and exciting features to the Orlando Fringe. You don't want to miss out. Tickets are available at orlandofringe.org. Again, May 17th through the 30th is the 31st Orlando Fringe, and it's sure to be the best yet. Get your tickets at orlandofringe.org.
It's Blockers Furniture Memorial Sale going on the entire month of May. Beautiful two-piece sectional starting as low as $19 per month. Sofas for as little as $10 per month. Kick back in a new recliner for as little as $11 per month. Plus, you can save up to $700 off the Ashley Reeling Queen Bed and Dresser Mirror Set. And save 25% off all outdoor furniture. Mattresses starting at only $3.99. See it, buy it, take it home. It's Blockers Furniture Memorial Sale going on the entire month of May. Blockers Furniture, 2402 Southwest College Road, Ocala.
Now you've done it. Have you lost your mind? He's back. And you're listening again. A legend in his own mind. Don't believe me? Just ask him. Here's Tom Schmitz live on WOCA. The Source.
Welcome back to Ocala Talks. On a Thursday, Galen Udall joins us from Life South. He does every day, brought to you by the good folks at Just Shipped Penn Flooring and Palm Garden Health and Rehabilitation Center. Hey, Galen, so I'm cruising around looking at stories and everything, and a headline caught me, and it says a Black Lives Matter co-founder used $840,000 of the group's fund to pay her brother for security services, and her brother was owned a security business. So when I saw that, I read the story and I go, well, her brother owned a security company. She trusts her brother more than she trusts somebody she doesn't know from a security company. But that wasn't what caught my my eye.
Sure.
The filing showed that this had happened. But what else showed, the tax filing detailed they got $90 million last year and have spent almost all.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Oh, absolutely. Well, did you see what they bought it on?
Yeah. $90 million in contributions. And they spent almost all of it. They got some nice houses, though. They got some nice houses.
Absolutely.
They got some nice houses.
And what I find remarkable about this is everybody's kind of glossing over that one of the things that a BLM stands against is buying property and houses. You know, they want the communist take. And you know, and these people instantly become capitalists when you have cash. And you know what? Good. Part of me is like, well, good for you. They didn't get any money from the federal government that I could see.
Nope.
Right? They got a lot of it from private people who are just dumb enough to give them money. And I'm all for that kind of wealth distribution. If you're dumb enough to just corporations are just dumb enough to give you money because you basically blackmailed them into it and guilted them into it, go for it.
They paid.
I saw that Disney gave them like over $1 million.
Yep.
I'm like, well, there you go.
They gave
$1
million to Live Event Design and Media Production to Trap Hills LLC. That was a company founded in 2021 by Damon Turner. He's one of the baby daddies for Patrice Cullors, one of the founders.
That's what I mean.
They just gave him $1 million. Here you go. People were dumb enough to send it to us. Here you go. Here's $1 million.
Right.
You know.
Oh no, we're just going to disperse it and keep it all in the family.
But it happens.
I think.
But and I'm not bringing this up. Yes, it's BLM. But I'm telling you, this happens. Remember back 10 years ago when almost every other commercial that came on TV was about donate to wounded warriors. Remember that?
Sure.
And then it came out that they built a $12 million office building on I-95 South in Jacksonville, and that they were throwing $3 and $4 million team building parties in Las Vegas at resorts. I had a friend of mine who is in Jack Shaky, who was in the original Desert Storm, PTSD and everything. He went to Wounded Warrior. He was signed up with him and all. He was a little down on his luck. And I mean, look, he's got some substance abuse problems. I'll be the first to tell you that. But Shaky was down on his luck and everything. He said, look, I'm a little short on my light bill this month. Can Wounded Warriors help me? The guy goes, no, we can't, but here's 3 Jaguar tickets.
Sure. Yeah.
And people gave money to them blindly until it was found out that they were spending, I mean, a $12 million all glass. You know where that building is on I-95 South?
I've been inside it.
Oh, yeah.
I've been inside it.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then I went in there thinking, okay, we can have blood drives with them. It's kind of just a facade.
Yeah, it is. So it's not just one organization. I just found it.
No.
I just found it that people just said, here's $90 million. It was all privately funded. Like you said, they didn't get it from the federal government or anything. So kudos to them for being able to say, hey, we found a niche, and it just made us $90 million as a group of founders.
And it's a buyer beware.
You know what they did with $32 million they took in? They invested in 7 different stock portfolios.
Well, they're not stupid.
No.
And again, the people who ran these things were not. Nobody ever accused them of being dumb.
No.
I mean, they came out with their manifesto, and I was like, well, I'm not giving to that.
Yeah.
But I look at all the hurricane reliefs that turn out to be.
Oh yeah, the bogus. During Katrina, there was on every street corner was a bogus collection.
Absolutely.
There was a girl that got arrested in Gainesville for going around and knocking on doors collecting money for Katrina.
Sure.
When she was actually not doing anything with it.
Haiti.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, Clinton's in Haiti.
But here's what gets me.
Again, there's a lot of it.
$90 million from July 1st of 2020 to June 30th of 2021. How much they collect in 2021 to 2022? We don't know yet. They hadn't filed those taxes.
Well, yeah. They've all got nice houses.
Yeah. Really nice houses.
Yeah.
And living in.
Good for them.
By the way, one of the houses in Country Club of the South in Atlanta. That is like Uber.
I didn't know that.
Oh yeah, one of them's in Country Club of the South in Atlanta. And that's Country Club of the South in Atlanta. To give you an equivalent, would be Golden Ocala here. That would be one of the equivalents.
Tenfold.
Yeah.
Tenfold.
Yeah, Country Club of Ocala. That's where Andre Rison's house was when it burnt down. That's where Left Eye Lopez was. The Left Eye Lopez, isn't that the one that burned his house down?
Yep.
I think that's what it was. Yeah. That was that's where, a $4.6 million home, that was in Country Club of the South.
He was. I talked to him about that because he was playing for the Jaguars after that happened.
Right, yeah. Hey, we'll be right back with more with Galen after this timeout. You're listening to Ocala Talks, 1370 AM, 96.3 FM. This is WOCA, The Source.
Broadcasting from the Ocala International Airport, this is WOCA AM, W242CA FM, Ocala, 1370 AM, 96.3 FM, The Source.
In ag.
USA Radio News with Lance Pry.
With the nation being caught off guard, the House of Representatives passed a pair of bills on Wednesday aimed at fixing the nationwide baby formula shortage in the United States. Congressman Sanford D. Bishop Jr. last night.
How was this such situation left unchecked? And how did it lead to hospitalization and the death of babies? Congress will be scrutinizing this crisis with the FDA and manufacturers in the days ahead. I look forward to my subcommittee hosting the first hearing in this regard with the FDA Commissioner Robert Califf tomorrow morning.
H.R. 7790 was passed by a tally of 231 to 192 overnight. That'll provide $28 million in emergency funding for the USDA in an effort to help. Thanks for listening. We are USA Radio News.
News.
Blue, message. Hey, girlfriend, it's Carol from jury duty. We never actually spoke, but I saw you ordered the same hoagie as me at lunch. What are the chances? Anywho, I heard you just got a boat. We should totally grab some hoagies and take it out for a spin.
When you get a boat, you also get new friends. Make sure Progressive's one of them and get coverage today for as little as $100 a year.
Do I want to feel the wind in my hair? Guilty as charged. Oh, seriously, let's ride on your boat.
Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates. Annual premium for basic liability policy not available in all states.
If you have a small business, let Staples be your shipping partner.
I'm generating orders 24/7. I don't have time to ship them too.
Staples has it covered.
A one-stop shipping solution for a business that works non-stop.
Padded mailers in every size and color?
Staples has your shipping covered with packing and shipping supplies and services. Now get 15% off UPS Ground and 20% off UPS Express shipping services. If you need to ship, ship at Staples, the working and learning store. Ends 5/28. Visit staplesconnect.com/services/shipping for details.
Varna, Ocala's premier medical spa, is leading the way in great skin with all the newest in treatment options, offering prejuvenation for younger clients and rejuvenation for all ages. Nirvana knows you want to look your very best. We want you to look like you, just better, brighter and younger, with all the newest and best in technology and all in the most beautiful surroundings. Like Nirvana Medical Spa on Facebook and find them on the web at nirvanamedicalspa.com. Become a better, brighter and younger you.
The Ocala Golf Club, one of Ocala's premier golf courses, from its pristine 18-hole course layout to its amazing pro shop. Jason Linhart and the staff at Ocala Golf offer everything that you need for your golf outing. That's the Ocala Golf Club. Experience country club style golf at municipal prices. You won't go wrong with the Ocala Golf Club. Call them for a tee time today, 352-401-6917.
Hey, Matt, I know Sunrise Automotive does auto stuff, but I need some tires for my truck. Can you recommend someone?
Yes, I can. We do that.
No, I mean I need them installed and balanced and all that.
Yep, we do that.
Well, my son needed his windows tinted.
Yep, we do that.
I need my seat replaced.
Yep, we do that too.
I need a new roof line, a new spoiler, and a new trunk.
Yep, we can even do that too.
Okay, I get it. I suppose you can also do a radio show too.
Well, as a matter of fact, join me, Matt Gibbs from Sunrise Automotive, every Tuesday at 10 for auto repair with personal care right here on The Source.
You know what you want to do in retirement, but do you know how to get there? Tune in to Coasting into Retirement with Gary Marriage of Nature Coast Financial Advisors, Sunday mornings at 8 to get answers to your retirement planning questions. Plan today so you can do the things you've always dreamt about doing in retirement. Listen Sunday mornings at 8 to Coasting into Retirement with Gary Marriage of Nature Coast Financial Advisors.
Our firm offers insurance services.
Arnett House is giving away $10,000 on May 31st. Get your ticket and more information at arnetthouse.org. Do not have to be present to win.
On the first and third Wednesday mornings each month at 9:05 a.m., Robert Colin with On Top of the World will be our guest as we learn all about the exciting lifestyle and new home choices available at Ocala's premier adult active community, On Top of the World. From time to time, Robert will bring guests, and you're sure to enjoy our little chats. After all, you deserve the world, and we bring it to you. You're getting ready to move and you work hard. That's why you call Two Men in a Truck, 352-289-0666. You need pros. Trained professional moving experts to do the heavy lifting for you. That's why you call Two Men in a Truck, 352-289-0666. They care about your things as much as you do, and they do it fast and right. That's why you call Two Men in a Truck, 352-289-0666. Visit twomeninatruck.com and get moving. Two Men in a Truck.
Now you've done it. Have you lost your mind? He's back. And you're listening again. A legend in his own mind. Don't believe me? Just ask him. Here's Tom Schmitz live on WOCA. The Source.
Welcome back to Ocala Talks. On a Thursday, Galen Enoff from Life South joins us, as he does every day, brought to you by the good folks at Penn Flooring, Palm Garden Health Rehabilitation Center, and Just Ship. Galen, I was talking to intern Natalie in the break. We were looking into this deeper into this story from BLM, and we're not look, like we said, if you can get that kind of money from people privately and they keep giving it to you, don't hate because you didn't come up with the idea. I'm not. I don't have a problem with that. But they say that according to this story, the net worth of the corporation is $75 million. They took in $90 million in 1 year. How are they only worth $75 million? Oh, because they're spending it on a spending spree crazily. But the 32 million of their 75 million worth is in the stock market. So this story may be a little dated the way the stock market's been up and down. Who knows what they could be worth 50 million by now.
Or zero.
Or
depending on how they did it. Yeah.
No, they said they had 44 million and 42 million in liquid assets.
All right.
So,
good for them.
Good, like I said, don't hate because you didn't come up with the idea.
Absolutely right. That stuff doesn't bother me. What bothers me is, we just throw $45 billion at the Ukraine with no real idea of how that's being used.
And here's the thing: the $45 billion with the Ukraine, writing them that check. I'm on record as saying I think we should stop Putin at all and at whatever cost. I'm okay with that. But here's how you do it: you don't give the Ukraine the check. You send the Ukraine $45 billion in weapons and stuff like that. You don't just give, it's like the homeless guy. You don't give the homeless guy money. You buy him a sandwich and hand him that. You know what I mean? That's what you should do to Ukraine.
Sure.
Don't give him a check. Give him weapons to run Putin out. So give him humanitarian aid and food and everything and all that equals $45 billion. Don't just write him a check like we did and say, here, you figure out how to spend it. Because we don't know how it's going to. Now we don't know how our money's being spent.
Well, and we do that to a lot of problems, don't we?
We do.
Just throw money at it. It's like the baby formula shortage. We're just throwing money at it.
By the way,
instead of allowing people to get it from other countries.
By the way, here's something that flew under the radar.
Okay.
Did you know we sent 800 troops back to Somalia?
Yeah, I saw that. I did. That did fly under the radar. And again, the mission is vague.
Yeah. We don't know what threat we're going to help with. We don't know what we're just 800 troops going to Somalia.
Troops in Somalia.
Yeah. Don't know why.
Yep.
Really don't. I've looked. I can't find a discernible reason why we're sending 800 troops. President Biden just felt like it was time to send 800 troops to Somalia. Maybe it's a rotation, and Somalia's in the rotation now. Next time it'll be Ghana or Madagascar. Who knows? Maybe it's a rotation thing, like karaoke.
No way.
Maybe it's like karaoke. It's just Somalia's time.
Nobody believes it was Biden sending those troops in.
The official word out of the White House was Joe Biden. It signed for troops to go to Somalia.
Well, somebody promised him ice cream afterwards. You know what I'm saying? Somebody said, "Hey, if you allow us to send troops to Somalia, we'll get you some ice cream." Two scoops.
He does.
Okay.
Last night, as he was doing the baby formula thing, he had his little cards in front of him. I'm like, please, Joe, just make sure you read them properly. Please, come on. It's getting to the point now where I literally feel bad for the guy.
Oh, yeah, I'm past that point. I'm like, you're just sending him out there now.
You're just sending him out there.
Yeah.
Look, by the way, I was the same with Orange Hair. Okay, Orange Man. I think anybody in their late 70s to early 80s, which is where these two politicians were in the realm of things, cognitive ability is a real question. Hell, I'm 55, and I catch myself, losing track of thought and can't find words that I used to have on it very easily that I can't find anymore. And I'm only 55. It's starting to get to where I need cognitive tests because of what I've done in my lifetime. So it's not a slight that if you're in your 70s or 80s, you should start getting cognitive testing. But if you're the leader of the free world like Orange Man was and like Sleepy Joe is now, if you're the leader of the free world and there should be some sort of cognitive test in your late 70s that you have to submit to and show that you're competent to do the job. Because, by the way, You got the codes, pal. We need to make sure that that's not a liability.
Biden doesn't have any codes. I mean,
well, then somebody's violating the Constitution. Because he's the commander. He's the commander in chief. So somebody's violating the Constitution if he doesn't.
He doesn't have any codes.
So you're saying that there is willful violation of the U.S. Constitution?
I think somebody close to the administration has the
So
codes,
that means that the commander in chief is not Joe Biden, is what you're saying?
I think in theory he is. I think I think like a lot of presidents. I don't know any president who carried around the codes with him. Come on.
Oh, I bet Ronald Reagan had him in his shirt pocket.
Really? Like, remember Reagan in his second term?
Yeah, he
got shot?
He needed to take some cognitive tests.
He was never the same after he got shot.
Hey, let's take a phone call. Let's take a phone call. See who was made mad so far this morning.
Orange man, bad.
Yeah, well, you never know. Good morning. You're on Ocala Talks.
Good morning, Tom Galen. You really think Biden's making these decisions?
No, Galen just said he's not.
I give a lot of talk that this is Obama's third term. That's one of the talks. There are so many people that are making these decisions and then giving him a piece of paper to read off of that he made it. There's something wrong with this country, and there's something wrong with the political parties in this country. Why wasn't his nomination challenged? He was known in the last term of Obama that he was going south mentally. And 4 years later, he gets elected.
Well,
there's something really, really wrong with our country. And if we don't do something and find out what it is, we're not going to have a country. We're going to wind up worse shape than Russia.
Thanks for the call,
Have a
Sonny.
good day.
Yeah, so, he made points that a lot of people have made that he should have never even been able to get the nomination. But, hey, that's water under the bridge now, Galen, or, the fairy tales through Joe's mind. However you want to look at it.
Again, they rolled him out because he was the one who would win the general election.
Right.
Be very, very clear about
they
that.
knew. Well, everybody there was the talk of, Hillary will get the nomination again. No, they had already shown that Orange Man beat Hillary because people voted against Hillary.
Absolutely. And you look at, by the way, it could be worse. For a long time, everyone's like, well, Kamala will actually take over. No, she's talking about not being able to make a coherent sentence.
Yeah, at least I'm
just
about
a
to
word
say,
salad.
I'm about to say at least
She's
Joe.
a word salad.
I think Joe's more cognitive than Kamala is. I'll give you that.
Has she been exposed? Boy, has she been exposed. And there's a reason why she dropped out before Iowa.
By the way, you know who she reminds me of?
Biden a racist.
You know who she reminds me of? She reminds me of a Republican vice president.
Oh, that's unfair.
No.
That's unfair.
A lot of people said, put Jerry Ford. Jerry Ford's a great replacement. Nixon's not going anywhere anyway. Jerry Ford's not going to get anybody in trouble.
That's unfair.
Nah, it's not. Gerald Ford, I'm telling you. Go back and look. Go back and listen to some of the things Ford said in 75, 74, 75. He was ill-equipped for the job, just like I believe this vice president would be ill-equipped for the job.
I think he had brain trauma from playing football. Best athlete in the presidency of all time.
No.
Number one draft pick. You think Bush?
No, he was
better?
not the best athlete ever. Best athlete is in the Olympic Wrestling Hall of Fame. Come on now. Abraham Lincoln was a much better athlete.
Well, I mean, he was tall and gangly, but Gerald Ford was,
Abraham Lincoln in his 20s beat 2 bears in wrestling matches at county fairs in Kentucky. Okay? That's a true statement.
Yeah, well.
Abraham Lincoln is in the Wrestling Hall of Fame, not the wrestling, the wrestling, the collegiate, Greco-Roman, Olympic wrestling. Abraham Lincoln is in that Hall of Fame as a wrestler.
Well, but I mean, Ford played for Michigan and won two national titles with undefeated seasons.
Yeah,
he was the star of the team.
He was a lineman.
Yeah,
Linemen are not stars. Calm down. Stars of the team. Linemen are big fat guys that eat too much and clog up the middle, so I can't get in there when I'm trying to stunt through the the 2-hole or the 4-hole or the A gap. That's what linemen are.
He was again. I take him as my number one pick because I like to build that line first. What's Lincoln gonna play?
Oh, Lincoln would play wide receiver probably at that height.
No, he'd play a defensive end. He might
play because he's a good wrestler.
You got to get him in the weight room.
He's a good
wrestler. Got to get him in the weight room. Means he's got good hands, right? Good hand speed.
Oh yeah.
And we
got
good
low gravity because he was a wrestler by trade.
Sure.
So he's got good low gravity.
Sure.
Yeah.
And he probably has a good first step. So I can work with that at defensive end.
And then you got.
But he would be my second overall pick.
You got to put George in there somewhere, don't you? Just for his tenacity.
Well, again, great athlete. Wasn't he an All-American baseball player?
At Yale, yes.
For Yale?
Yeah.
He played first base?
Yeah.
We're
talking about, by the way, we're talking about Bush Sr., not Bush average.
No, not Bush, who avoided the draft because his dad was such a
He went to the Alabama Air Reserves. Calm down.
Yeah, that's true. And, of course, if we're doing this draft, we have to put Trump in there somewhere just because if not, he would just yell at it.
You know what Trump's going to be? He's going to be the manager, team manager.
Oh, God, no.
Team manager. Where's the water? Where's the water?
No, that's right.
Oh.
Well, that's Teddy Roosevelt would have to be in there
Roosevelt.
somewhere.
He was a sickly kid, though. I don't know if he would make it.
And George was obviously a stud, right? The father of the country.
Oh,
He's my team captain.
That is
I'm
the team
rolling
captain.
him out there. He's probably my quarterback.
Without a doubt, George Washington's the quarterback of the team. He's out at half. He's at the 50-yard line for the coin flip. He's the captain of the team, without a doubt. It's not even a question.
John Adams.
Oh, John Adams.
John Adams is my offensive coordinator.
Yeah, exactly. John Adams is the offensive coordinator. No. I think John Adams would probably be your defense coordinator. Your offense coordinator would be Alexander Hamilton, and he's not even a president, but he gets on the team just because.
No. No. Your defensive coordinator is Eisenhower.
Oh, that's a good call. That is a good call. Eisenhower's defense.
Yeah,
coordinator.
I mean that's
a good
an
call.
easy choice.
That's a good call.
I mean, here's what I'm rolling out. I got George Washington as my starting quarterback. Abraham Lincoln is my defensive end. Teddy Roosevelt's probably my nose tackle because there is no more tenacity. I mean,
he was a bulldog. He was a bull moose. What do you want from him?
He would be in the center of the huddle, just spittle coming out of his mouth.
Yeah, blood dripping off his face. Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
He was a rough rider. That tells you all you need to know.
Absolutely. What was he, like the 23rd? And by the way, each president would wear whatever number they were.
Oh yeah, that's one through.
George would be 1. Yeah.
Abraham
Adams,
would be 16.
Again, my offensive coordinator. He's running some tricks.
By the way, Franklin Delano Roosevelt, up in the booth.
Ooh, FDR?
He'd be up in the booth.
He's up in the booth.
He'd be in the booth.
He's one of your coaches.
Yeah, he's up in the booth.
Yeah, no. He's a scout.
Nah, because he got I thought he would be more in the booth as the announcer because of his fireside chats and everything,
Oh, that's a good call. I didn't think about that.
My thought.
I'd find a place for him on my team.
Head coach of the team. Oh, by the way, the offensive line.
Obama's my wide receiver.
The offensive line would be
my Wildcat player.
The offensive line, Taft and Cleveland. That's all you need. You're good. You're good.
No, those are my two guards.
Yeah, you're good.
And again, I've got Ford, who's an All-American center.
Your scat back would be either James Madison or James Monroe. Guy 5'4", 5'3", but fast as the dickens.
You put Obama in that.
He's your slot receiver. Oh yeah, he's your slot receiver.
Slash H-back.
Right. No, I'm talking about Monroe or Madison is your little fast like Alvin Kamara type running back out of the backfield.
There's a few that aren't going to make the squad.
Yeah, there's some that are going to make it. Oh, by the way, Jerry Ford's on the offensive line with Taft and Cleveland, by the way.
That's what I said. He's going to be my starting center. Yeah. Like John Tyler's not making my squad.
Who's the head coach of this team? Because I'm going with Ronald Reagan.
Reagan was a great athlete. I mean, he played
at Eureka College. Played football at Eureka College. By the way, he was
No, Reagan's not my coach.
He was a proud member of the Tau Kappa Epsilon social fraternity. By the way, I know this because I am a proud member of Tau Kappa Epsilon social fraternity. Lambda Upsilon 196, baby. No, 296, excuse me, I think. Who knows? Like, I really care. To be honest with you.
What if you made
296, that's what I am.
I need him on my squad, though. I was thinking of, like, Lyndon Johnson's playing defense somewhere. He's probably going to be my outside linebacker.
Just because he's just mean as the Dickens?
Thur.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. Whoa, I don't know who the coach of this team is. Thomas Jefferson.
That's a good call. That's a good call.
I mean, why don't we go with Jefferson?
By the way, the one wild card on the team that you don't know where to put him, but you just know he's got to be on the field somewhere because he's going to be tenacious. Andrew Jackson. You don't know where you're putting him, but he's got to be out there somewhere.
Yeah, it's probably could he play nose guard?
And he could play. No, Teddy Roosevelt's your nose guard.
Oh, that's right. You need Stonewall on the line.
No, not Stonewall was not Andrew Jackson. That was Thomas.
No, it's the same thing.
It was not the same thing. Thomas Jackson was a general in the Confederate Army that got his name Stonewall because he stood like a stone during charges. Andrew Jackson was a man from Tennessee who got cheated out of a presidency in 1824 and then won the presidency in 1828. Let's get the facts right, sir.
I don't think Jimmy Carter's on my team either. I think he's just a pacifist.
No, Jimmy's on the team. Jimmy, and here's where Jimmy is. Jimmy is your media director.
He's a media guy.
He's the media director telling you why it's not a violent sport, why it's acceptable that the presidents are playing, why you're looking at it wrong.
You know who's doing the team prayer?
Let's go.
Jimmy Carter.
Oh, 100% Jimmy Carter. Jimmy Carter's the team prayer every game. Is there a better human?
There's no doubt about
Is there a president that has done more after he left office than Jimmy Carter?
You could argue he's a top 5 human being.
Yes.
In the last 100 years.
100% you could.
Right? Tim Tebow.
Just what he's done with
Jimmy Carter.
Just what he's done with Habitat for Humanity. The man's in his 90s. The man's in his 90s and just stopped going and actually helping build these houses.
Right. Exactly. I mean, we can blame him for a lot of things, but he's done more for the housing shortage than any other human on the planet.
Well, I don't know. Him and
Work done?
Work done. Yeah.
Jimmy Carter's built a lot more houses than Work done.
Work done's probably paid for a lot more than Jimmy has, though.
Well, I don't know. Jimmy started the whole Habitat for Humanity with his own money.
Did he? I didn't know he started Habitat for Humanity.
Yeah, I thought he started it. I mean, I could be wrong. I mean, Peanuts is good business.
Oh. Somebody just sent in. It's easy who the head coach will be. Bill Clinton. He can play both sides of the field. He'll make everybody happy.
Hey!
Hey!
You know what?
That's a brilliant. That's a great
athlete.
call. Yeah, but that's a great call.
But I don't.
But could you keep him away from the cheerleaders long enough? Could you keep him away from the cheerleaders?
I mean, is he going to be focused?
Yeah.
Is he going to be focused?
Yeah. It's a good call. It's a good call.
It's not a terrible call. I don't know if I'd want. I think he'd get distracted. And then you'd have to bring Hillary. What would Hillary do then? You've got to remember the lives.
Nothing.
Some of them, like Todd's got to look. Abe, you're the defensive end. Your wife can't come to practice.
Right. Yeah.
Jeez.
Mary Todd Lincoln not allowed at practice.
Not here.
Yeah.
Sorry. You need to. Yeah.
Yeah.
No.
Mamie, however, she's allowed right there in the stadium.
There's no doubt.
Mamie Eisenhower, she can play. She can come into the game.
Nancy's going to be running my marketing department.
How about the team owner?
Melania's running the. By the way, Melania's in charge of the cheerleaders.
Oh, 100% she is.
As you know, she has some hot friends. And she's a supermodel.
The trainer for the team is Eleanor Roosevelt. She's the
all day long.
She's the trainer for the team. We can put a team together with the 46 presidents.
I don't think that's. I mean, we just put one together and we're just spitballing. I mean, I need to put some effort
Joe
into.
Joe Biden's that guy that doesn't know he's on the punt team, so you're screaming punt team, and he can't. He doesn't know he's supposed to be out there. That's Joe Biden. That's Joe Biden.
That's right. Is he a gunner? Could he be a gunner?
No,
I don't know.
He wouldn't be a gunner. He would just be the guy that didn't know he was on punt team. That's all.
Where do you got JFK playing on this team? Defensive. I think he's a DB. Maybe
yeah, JFK's a safety probably. Let's take a call real quick.
By the way, George Bush probably plays both sides too.
Oh, he plays both ways.
Athlete.
Oh, they hung up.
Yeah.
They didn't want to talk.
He's an outside linebacker as well. Yeah.
But then you got William Henry Harrison. I mean, is it William Henry or Benjamin? Benjamin Harrison. You know,
died in the
right. He was the guy that would show up and want to play without pads. You know
what? Pads?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He'd be helmet.
We have to worry
pads.
about Madison.
I don't have to have helmet and pads on. Then he'd die on the first snap because somebody'd bust him wide open with the helmet and kill him. Kind of like I don't need to wear a jacket at the inauguration when it was 8 degrees outside, caught pneumonia and died 33 days later. You know.
You know who we're also forgetting on the defensive side? He's going to play. Are we going to play a 3-4 or are we going to play a 4-3?
Oh, 3-4. 3-4.
All right. Well, then we can put Ulysses S. Grant also in the middle. He's
the middle linebacker. He's one of the middle linebackers.
We need two.
Yeah.
We need two.
No, Ulysses is the rover. That's what Ulysses is. He's the rover.
All right. That's not a bad call.
Yeah.
We got something to work with.
Yeah, he's the rover. By the way, chewing a cigar in his helmet while he's playing.
Damn right.
Chewing a cigar.
I don't know what to do with Martin Van Buren. We're going to have to find a role for him.
Why?
He maybe just play the wide receiver.
You know what? Martin Van Buren could get you some quality 820.
You can't have everybody be a manager.
No, but, you know, Martin Van Buren, come on, really. That's like saying
Joe Wilson.
That's like John Quincy Adams should be on the team. No, he shouldn't. Calm down.
Sure. Well, Harry Truman, if we need to throw a bomb, he's
he's the go-to quarterback for the bomb. Yeah, without Harry Truman.
No, I mean I've got George. George is my quarterback.
But if you need a Hail Mary bomb, Harry S. Truman. Harry S. Truman. He's the guy.
He can throw the flea flicker.
He can throw the bomb. Exactly. He can drop a bomb right in the end zone. He can do it right every day. God, we have devolved.
And by the way, if we're playing the Redskins, Teddy Roosevelt's giving the game speech that day.
Hello, there is no such thing as the Redskins. It's the Commanders.
Oh, that's true. Ah, darn it.
The Washington Commanders.
Terrible name.
We have literally devolved into nothingness, you and I. We literally
2 years for. I think we're on to something now. I think we've created a. Who else in the world has created a football team from the 47 presidents?
Well, I think that's
by position.
I think that's a very good point. Very good point.
We have our offensive coordinator and our defensive coordinator.
46. By the way, it's 46 presidents, but actually only 45 actual men because Grover was the 22nd and 24th. So
that's true.
Not that I'm wanting to get in the way of your story or anything. Hey, where's the Bloodmobile?
Come on, work with me.
Where's the Bloodmobile?
Hey, the Bloodmobile today is actually we're right there at the Publix on 40 East, so come check us out there. But as always, we're right on the boulevard, 1607 East Silver Springs Boulevard. Give the gift of life. Donate blood, lifesouth.org.
Galen, I'll talk to you tomorrow.
All right, bye all.
Vets News up next on WOCA, The Source.
Broadcasting from the Ocala International Airport, this is WOCA AM, W242CA FM, Ocala, 1370 AM, 96.3 FM, The Source.
USA Radio News with Lance Pry.
The U.S. economy continues to falter. Stocks on Wednesday had their steepest losses in over 2 years following disappointing earnings from Target, Walmart, and Lowe's. The Dow Jones fell 3.57%, the Nasdaq was off 4 3/4%, and the S&P 500 lost just over 4%. As many Americans are wondering how we got here, millions of parents and caregivers in the United States who rely on formula to feed their children cannot do so due to the baby formula shortage in the United States. President Biden has a plan.
I'm invoking what they call the Defense Production Act to ensure that manufacturers have the necessary ingredients to make safe, healthy infant formula here at home. The Defense Production Act gives the government the ability to require suppliers to direct needed resources to infant formula manufacturers before any other customer who may have ordered that good.
USA Radio News.
Diabetes, high blood pressure, anxiety meds, everyone's on them. If you're a 50-year-old male, maybe a bit porky, and you may even have type 2 diabetes, $1 million of term insurance may only cost you about $200 a month. Call Term Provider. Speak with Big Lou at 800-444-9336. Big Lou will find a term life policy for you even if you have type 2 diabetes, are overweight, or have high blood pressure. Term Provider has helped thousands of people like you who think they can't afford term life insurance. To buy $1 million of affordable term life for you, all you need to do is call Big Lou at 800-444-9336. Lou will make sure the scales are tipped in your favor. Call 800-444-9336. Big Lou will answer your call and work to fit you into a term life policy that you can afford. Remember, Big Lou's like you. He's on meds too. Call 800-444-9336. 800-444-9336.
It's time for long-range headlines on the Southeast Agnet. I'm Tyron Spearman reporting. The National Ag Statistics Service reports as of May the 15th, the U.S. peanut crop is 47% planted. That compares to 45% on the 5-year average. In Georgia, peanuts planted 48%. 5-year average is 49%, and we're showing progress in some locations. Cotton, peanuts, and soybean planting continued, although soil moisture was a limiting factor in many areas. Alabama's up at 48% planted compared to 46% on the 5-year average. Their soil moisture, though, was 4% very short, 35% short, 60% adequate, and 1% surplus. Cotton, peanuts, and soybean fields continued to be planted, although soil moisture had limited some areas. On Florida, 60% of their peanuts are planted. 56% is their 5-year average, moving right along. Soil moisture, though, 10% very short, 32% short, 55% adequate, and 3% surplus. They said limited to spotted rainfall with some dry conditions and warm weather persisted. Many producers powdered through the dry conditions to plant cotton and peanuts in the northern part of the state, waiting on rain. But overall, the crop now is about halfway, and farmers are going to wait for a rain now to finish up the planting of the U.S. peanut crop.
Previous fungicide is to plant fields with vowels are to the English language. With it, disease control sind compult.
It couldn't be any clearer. Provosol fungicide is to peanut fields what vowels are to the English language. Without it, disease control isn't complete. Provosol fungicide from BASF is the missing piece you need to finish off disease. Always read and follow label directions.
I'm Tyron Spearman for Southeast AgNet.
Longer days are a welcome sight, just like these unbeatable prices at Rural King. Get 4 gallons of Pool Shock liquid chlorinator for just $9.99 a box. Or Taste of the Wild High Prairie grain-free dog food for $49.99 a bag, in-store only. And don't miss out on assorted veggie or herb plants for just $3.99 a piece. Shop these deals and more at RuralKing.com or your neighborhood Rural King, America's farm and home store.
When it really counts, depend on the source for the latest weather updates, keeping you ahead of the storm. 96.3 FM, 1370 AM, The Source.
Mostly sunny skies expected today with high temps in the low to mid-90s, and then will drop down into the low to mid-70s overnight under partly cloudy skies. Clouds will then increase throughout the day on Friday, leading to showers and thunderstorms, high temps in the mid to upper 80s, and then rounds of showers and thunderstorms expected both Saturday and Sunday, with high temps in the mid to upper 80s to low 90s. From the Florida Weather Center, I'm staff meteorologist Jeff Nordine.
Veterans News is brought to you by Hires Baxley Funeral Services at Highland Memorial Park. Hires Baxley's had generations of family honor them with their trust and confidence. They believe it's because for the last 128 years, their team of caring professionals have established a reputation of serving families with excellence and compassion. Hires Baxley currently partners with the Boy Scouts of America's Troop Number 72 to properly dispose of decommissioned American flags. They're also a drop-off location for the program's Cell Phone for Soldiers, helping to provide minutes that matter and helping heroes home. Hires Baxley is located at 910 East Silver Springs Boulevard in Ocala. You can call them with any questions you may have at 352-629-6900. 7171. Information can also be found at hires-baxley.com. Veterans News is also brought to you by Bob Wine's Camellia Garden and Nursery at 2610 Southeast 38th Street in Ocala. When it comes to landscaping, Bob Wine's has what you need. They have everything from small plants to large trees, mulch, fertilizer, and so much more. Bob Wines will even deliver, plant, and guarantee their trees. Bob Wines Camellia Garden and Nursery, keeping you blooming since 1952. Call them at 352-629-5766. Bob Wines, remember, offers a 10% discount to all veterans with proper identification. This hour of Ocala Talks is brought to you in part by Blockers Furniture. Go see all their specials at blockersfurniture.com.